Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Wanted to hop on and talk today about boundaries. So what are boundaries and why do you need them? So I'm going to use a metaphor. Let's say you have two houses and you have lots of grass between them and you have to mow the lawn, right? So if you didn't know where your property ended and their property began, you wouldn't know where to stop mowing. So let's say your neighbor mowed the lawn up to your window. How would that make you feel? For me personally, I might be like, whoa, that's kind of close to my house. Why'd you come all the way up to my window? And then let's say the opposite. Let's say your neighbor only mows right outside of their window. And then there's a lot of tall grass that who's responsible for cutting now, because they only did it right outside of their window and there's tons of space between your yards, between your houses. There's a big yard. So that essentially is why we need boundaries. Now let's say you figured out the property line, you put up a fence, and then it's so clear. I mow up to this side of the fence, they mow up to that side of the fence, super clear. There's no confusion, there's no frustration, there's no resentment, there's no questions about, where do I end, where do I start? It becomes very clear. And that's the beauty of boundaries. It just makes things very clear about what is ours, what is our responsibility, and what is not ours, and what is not our responsibility. Now, why do we need them? If we're coming from a full cup, we can always pour out onto other people, and we want to be in the position where we can. So why we would need them is, like, let's say you have a friend that is always really needy and always needs support for something that is regular responsibility, right? Like, let's say they, they run out of food and they're always needing food, so they're always coming over to borrow a cup of sugar, right? That's kind of their responsibility, and so it's not always, it's not our responsibility to provide them with something that's a very basic human responsibility, right? Now, let's say you have, let's say you do that for a lot of people. So you're kind of like, give sugar over here, and then I go do this, and then I go do that, and I go do all these things, and then I fall into bed at the end of the night, and then I wake up and I start all over again, okay? Now, let's say you have a friend that truly needs your help. Something has happened, someone very dear to your friend has passed away, or they've been through some sort of trauma. However, you have a friend that you care about that really needs support at the moment, but you can't support them because you're so overextended in all of these other areas of basic responsibility. And so that's why it's important for us to have boundaries and honor our boundaries, because we want to be available to the people that need that support so that we can go over and help lift someone we care about when they're in a time of need and they truly need some support just to kind of get back on their feet and get back to being themselves, and then it's their responsibility to keep going from there. Right? So I hope this has helped with understanding why boundaries are important. And boundaries are essentially looking at your individual needs, your individual values, what you care to put your time, energy, and effort on, and then creating boundaries around that, which just means you protect them, which just means, someone is asking me to do this. However, I don't have time, energy, and effort for that because I'm already putting my time, energy, and effort over here, and I don't want to be depleted, right? So it's just protecting what you hold dearly and what you care about, so then you can continue to nurture and grow that, and also have enough space within yourself so that you can be there to support people and to show up how you choose to show up instead of how you kind of feel guilted or forced into showing up or being worried about what people think about you. So I hope you are having an amazing day, and I will see you again soon. All right, guys. Bye.